Hello everyone. If you're watching this in the month of December, season's greetings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We have one of the latest lights from Olight to talk about today. This is the Perun 2 Mini. And some time ago, if you look back among the archive reviews, you'll probably find a review of this little guy, which is the original Olight Perun, and you can check that out. But right now we have its cousin. This is the Perun 2, and from the side of from the box and so forth, you can see it's relatively the same size as the original Perun, and it has similarities. But as everything eventually gets an update, the Perun did as well. So the Perun 2 Mini is what we're doing today, and you can see from the side of the box here that it comes in two tints. You can get a cool white and a neutral white. I have the neutral here, which was supplied by our friends at the Olight store, and I personally like a neutral white beam. That's your choice, of course, if you'd like to get this one or the cool white, but this is what I will be showing you today. And here are some of the statistics on the back of the light. Now, the original Perun was 1,000 lumens, and this one is 1,100 lumens, and it also has its other modes here, high, medium, low, and moonlight, as you can see. And one of the differences of this light compared to the original Perun is that it also has a red LED beam as well as the standard white LED beam. So the package, as you can already assume, is already opened, and I do apologize. I did my darndest to get the accessories back in the box the way they came out, as I always like to demonstrate it that way, but it just was not working, and quite frankly I didn't have the time to figure it out. But this says here to slide out, and of course it would be more or less attached down there like that when you open it up. But pulling it out, it will give you the inner box. There's kind of a squeaky exit there, but it does give you the inner box, which includes everything, of course, that you would expect there to be in the box. So the flashlight would be tucked inside this area here, wrapped in a little plastic baggie like this, so well protected, as you would imagine. And then in the secondary section down here are the other accessories. Now the Perun 2, as was the original Perun, is also a headlamp, so you'll get those accessories, such as the attachment here, the headband, to put the light on that and use it as a headlamp. Or without this, of course, it's an EDC flashlight, because of course it has the pocket clip right here. Good sturdy clip at that, so it can be carried either way, and the clip is already installed on the light when you receive it. And also it is USB rechargeable, of course, so here is your charging base, which comes with it as well. And of course you would attach the base to the bottom of the light like that, plug it in, and then of course you're charging away, and you get your little red indicator right down here on the end of the switch, or this part of the base, which it'll be in red, of course, if the battery is down a little bit, and when it's finished it'll turn green, so that's your charging element. Inside the light is a battery, which they have already included. It's a 16340 rechargeable naturally. So there is your battery already included. All Olight flashlights of this type all go in upside down, as it were, with the positive end going in first. That's the way they all go in, since you have a spring here within the base of the head. And the flashlight is magnetic, of course, at the bottom, so you can attach it to metal surfaces and use it as a work light if you need to. And it has beautiful knurling on it here, sort of heat dispersion along the top and very aggressive knurling on the bottom part, so that's very easy to grip and hold. And of course the light is very small, so you know, but basically holding it tends to be with your sort of thumb and index finger like that a lot of the time, and then just press the button to turn it on. And in comparison, the knurling on the original Perun was similar, but a little different. So back to the Perun 2. Here is the LED. It puts out, this particular one has more of a focused beam than the original Perun. The original Perun was more of a spotlight, or I'm sorry, more of a floodlight, and this one is a little bit more of a spotlight than the original. And this is the neutral tint, so if you can tell the color here on the camera, it's definitely warmer than a cool white would be. So let's just run over a couple of the particulars. I didn't take out the instruction manual, which I did manage to get back in the box without a problem. So here is the manual, and it just of course gives you the gives you all the operating instructions in an illustration form as to how to operate it, so that's nice. And again, there are your modes and a brief description of everything else on the light. It is waterproof, IPX8. It is impact resistant to 1.5 meters. 150 meters would be your beam distance, and so forth and so on. There's also a little diagram here that describes what you'll see when the battery starts to wane, because it also has a little battery, rather a voltage indicator on it, which it explains right over here, but I can show you that. As you turn the light on and press the button, you'll get a little dot right there. So there's your LED there. Right now it's green, indicating the battery is at least 60% charged. When you turn it off, it doesn't do anything, of course. And to turn it on, it'll light up. It'll be green if the battery is more than 60% charged. Then if it goes below 60, that indicator will be orange, and then that'll stay orange until it gets like down to 10% kind of thing. Very, very low. Then it'll be red, and then it'll be flashing red. It'll blink red eventually if you let it go that far, so that the charge on the battery is less than 5%. So there you go with that right there. So that's a handy little feature, and it does have the red LED on it. And again, it explains here how many presses it takes to get all the different features and so forth. The red beam is pretty easy. From the off position, just double click it, and there's your red beam. And click it once to turn it off. And it also has a timer for either 3 minutes or 9 minutes. And it explains here how to get the timer function. So if you want to turn it on and set it down, you have to have it on first, and then depress the switch a couple of times to get the timer started. And then once you set it down and the timer is on, of course it'll shut off. If you have it set on 3 minutes or 9 minutes, it'll run until those time limits are up. And of course, for your regular light functions, just turn it on, keep the button pressed, and you will go through the different modes, except of course for Moonlight and Turbo. Double click for Turbo and hold it while it's off until it comes on. And well, actually, yeah, that's to set the other thing. To get the Moonlight, actually it's locked right now, so it has a locking feature, and I just locked it by trying to demonstrate the Moonlight. It now is in lock position, and I got that by holding on to the button until the light came on and then went off again. and now it's locked, so all it'll do is like a tactical moonlight. But if I keep my finger held on it like that, it'll blink, come on again, and now it's unlocked. So now it's in the unlocked position. I was trying to demonstrate moonlight before, and of course with that you just press and hold it, and there's your moonlight mode right there. So let me turn the light off and do this as we normally do. And here is moonlight. Moonlight is only a few lumens, as you would expect it to be. And press and hold, and here's low. Press and hold, here's medium. Press and hold for high, and double click, and there's turbo. And for the most part, turbo doesn't run that long. It only runs for a couple of minutes, and then it'll automatically ramp down to about 25% of its base brightness after it's been on for a couple of minutes. But that's only on turbo, of course. If you run it on high and so forth, it'll go longer. This is high right now, so again, there you are down in the low mode. So low, medium, high, as you can see with the regular rampings of the standard modes. Let me put the camera down and take it outside, or show you the pictures that I took earlier from the outdoors, and let's take a look at those right now and see it in the darkness of the night. Not bad, huh? Not bad for a tiny light that you can either use as a headlamp or a pocket flashlight. Now, I didn't show you too much about the headband, but if you're familiar at all with headband lights, I think they all pretty much have a similar way of attaching them. Took me just a minute or so to put it on. If you want to see a picture of that, there is one on my website. So basically it just fits on the back like that, and the little strap goes around the front, and you've locked it in there. This was all detached when it came in the package, so it wasn't fully attached like this with the band around the base. It was all separate within the package. So I just attached that in there, and you see how the light goes on the front, and it just fits right in that little section there with a pocket clip, so it works really well. If you're watching this video during the Christmas season, December 2022, there's an added bonus which you can get from Olight. If you visit the Olight store and make a purchase of the Perun 2 during the special period, you can get this free key light flashlight from Olight. This is the i3E EOS, and this is rather an attractive little light. It's very Christmassy. It's in a very nice green with little snowflakes all over it. It's a 90 lumen light. It just has one mode, but it works really well. It's very cute. Just has a nice cool white beam, and you just twist it on and twist it off, and as I say, it's 90 lumens, and just great for anything up close, and great to carry on your keychain if that's the way you'd want it, or to give it as a little gift to someone else that needs something for their keychain. But this is an added bonus. It's a free gift from Olight with the purchase of the Perun 2 during this particular time of year in 2022. If you're watching this video after that period, of course this is not offered at that time, but you can still pick up the i3E at a very low price from Olight in any regard. But just to let you know that that's going on at this particular time as a special purchase of the Olight Perun 2. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, of course, I hope you'll let me know below. And that has been our review this time around of the Olight Perun 2 Mini. Check out my original review of the Perun in my archive reviews, and we'll see you next time from Lights and Gear. Again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you around the bend. Have a good one.